Welcome back to a duo cast. I believe this is either silver or gold. Yellow. I'm actually gonna look this up. I should have done this before I started rolling, but hey. Live production, apparently. Let me just look up any one of their names. And AGG wants to show notifications, whatever. Let me just see any one of their names. Live game. Average, gold 1, gold 2. Yeah, so this is like a high gold ranked game. We're going to be having Mordekaiser top going up against Illaoi. Jungle is Hecarim against Lilia. Mid lane matchup, Yone against the Akali. Two assassins going at each other. Bottom lane is going to be Ezreal Braum going up against Xayah, Leona. I will say, as a rank 7 Lilia player myself, got a shorty after her release. I am looking forward to Mr. I Ain't No Bitch playing the Bambi. I am looking forward to a lot of great plays coming out from the Lilia. I am not balanced. I am not biased whatsoever. I wish to see amazing plays come out from the deer. And hopefully, I am not let down here. Now, I wonder if Lilia here will go for the leashless start here. It is actually a surprisingly consistent way to start your jungle. Just start on the red side. And you can start leashless and just drain tank your way to full health and still just be perfectly fine. It frees up your laners and it confuses the enemies, makes them have to guess where you are unless they already ward. So there's a lot of good things going for it. And it's not even a difficult trick to pull off. You could get it after like one game of practice and get it extremely consistently. It's not even, like, it's extremely hard to mess up. But it does seem like Lilia will instead opt for a standard jungle start. So it's going to start on blue side, go to Gromp. Ooh, Gromp ping. That is going to be an interesting start. I will say as a Lilia jungle, you do want to apply Dream Dust on as many creeps as you can in the jungle. A single target like Gromp that does really high damage and is decently tanky. Probably not the best thing for a Lilia to be killing early on. She should be able to round out a clear rotation with it, but starting with it doesn't seem optimal for me. It is going to be 130. Lilia goes for the blue buff start, and that is going to be the start of the game for her. Hecarim is going to likewise mirror her movements on the other side of the jungle. This is the parallel jungling. A very classic start. So the game is going to get rolling here. Yone into Akali. I don't play assassins. It is just not my personal playstyle. I am very inefficient at playing an assassin. Probably my most success I've ever had with an assassin was Talon before his rework, where Cutthroat just blinked you to your enemy. That was fun to play. But that was also the most success I've ever had with any assassin. It's just not the playstyle I enjoy. So this is a matchup that I get to watch and I get amazed by how flashy players can be in that position, but it's also something that I have almost no experience doing. Beautiful claw back there from the Mordekaiser. However, Illaoi is one of those matchups that will crush most melees that she goes up against. Mordekaiser does have his work cut out for him to survive in this lane. Beautiful Zenith Blade. Oh, level 1 Zenith Blade? That is suicide! What? I saw Leona throw her E and I assumed she was level 2 until I double checked her level. That is a mind-boggling engage. I have no idea why she took that. And Hecarim's going to ride up top and going to stomp through the Illaoi here. The Mordekaiser will flash in with a clean bunk with the mace, killing off the Illaoi. So blue team so far off to an amazing start. Leona started Zenith Blade. Oh my god, she is... This is high gold. How do you not know what ability to start? There wasn't even an invade. There's no need to start Zenith Blade. Even in an invade, you wouldn't start Zenith Blade. What is her problem? If you go Zenith Blade level 1, you just go in and you have no additional CC and you just get killed like that. And yeah, Leona becomes free food for the Ezreal and blue team bot lane goes off to a flying start. That wave is also not being properly managed by red team bot lane either. That is just disaster. How do you get 1,000 gold lead so early on? Ezreal's gonna go back for a very cocky tier. Xayah, I also just noticed, gonna copy some teaching from Sneaky. I will be seeing, yep, cut down right here, approximately 6% damage boost with the call start. However, the call opener here can be punished pretty successfully if your support just runs it down level 1. That is certainly not something that I would recommend most players try. Just start with the standard Dorans. Now, obviously, the math is done on call. I will say it is a viable way to play the early game laning phase. It is probably not so viable in this elo, where individual mistakes can get punished so much harder. Yone is just AFK and getting killed off by the Akali, and the Bambi is here, but she got shoved off to the side and killed off as well. Ooh, blue team, they are prime and ready to get an early 15-minute win by the rate that this game is going, especially because of this massive minion wave here that blue team can manage at their leisure. It's just not looking good for red team so far. Even the Bambi runs down, just gets killed off. My high expectations of her were indeed misplaced, it seems like. It's a shame. I really wanted to see a really good Bambi. Dude, oh god, Ping, why did you kill me? Says the Yone, who's apparently lagged in more than just his network connection, but also his fingers, producing a monstrous sentence like that. But he is demanding to know why the Akali was so heartless to kill an AFK opponent in a ranked game, where clearly everybody knows LP matters more than life or death. But Akali is going to enjoy an early level 6 here, taking it over the Yone. Mostly due to an ISP more than an outplay, straight up, as it were. But the kill is a kill. The Yone is actually not that far behind in CS. He's gonna shove in this wave to the tower as well. Akali should be able to mop out all of these minions if she plays it right. Looking pretty good so far. She needs to hit that minion once. Oh, she's gonna miss it. No, 5-point strike, got it. I had to emergency pan the camera back to mid. So yeah, she will clean up every CS under the tower, and that is going to propel her forward in terms of CS. So she's just suddenly got a lot richer here. And wow, Yone still not level 6. Seems like it's been forever. Top lane Mordekaiser hits to level 6 along with the Illaoi. Yone is going to come in with the Soul Unbound to try to get some damage done. But still, it's manageable damage here for the Akali. She is mostly going to hit into the Spirit Cleave shield. So Yone doesn't take too much punishment in return, and there it is. The Braum is walking out for some aggression. His Q will miss, but the concussive blows is being applied. Hecarim rides in, killing the closest target here. Leona is gonna get left to dry. She will be stunned up here and killed off. Who will be the one grabbing it? Will it be the Ezreal? Ward goes down, the vision is there, and he does kill it out here for the second kill. Hecarim handing off the kill over like a true gentleman. Now 7 minutes in, 5-0. Blue team making a lot of really good plays. And so far, it does appear to be a situation where almost every lane is losing. The Illaoi is certainly not losing that lane. I will look at her lane situation, their CS differential, and say that she is doing just fine for herself. That one kill from the jungler gank is quite unfortunate, but certainly she's not out of the game. Still, in fact, punishing hard onto this Mord. Mordekaiser is just not having a good time in this lane. Doesn't even matter though, because it seems like very quickly the rest of the lanes are getting out of control. Akali is heavily pressuring into this Yone. She doesn't have perfect execution, but she can certainly punish. But oh, there is the fate sealed, and her fate is sealed indeed. Yone will flash away, and Lilia puts the horsey to sleep, and there is the blooming blows. She is going to keep ramping up speed as Rosie lands as well. Will she finish the kill off? The Dream does. She gets knocked back by the horse. Point blank, devastating charge finishes it off. Now that is over aggression. If she just left him alone, the Dream Dust DOT would have killed him. But does she not know? Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to replay this. Look at this. She lands asleep. Fresh hit here. It refreshes Dream Dust. How much health does he finish here at? He finishes at 17 health. Next two ticks of Dream Dust kills him, but no. Lilia goes for the finisher. She doesn't need to. The passive will kill Hecarim. But instead, she opted to go in for that, die, and give Hecarim Conqueror healing plus Triumph proc, and that actually gave him survival. A straight up outplay from the Lilia. when you see someone at that low health, he's dead. Just leave. You don't have to commit to a fight that you might get bursted in. It is classic. I think it's a classic case of not knowing how much damage your champion does, which to me is a sign of just being uncomfortable with your champion. You don't really know the champion's limits. And it suggests an experience, because no Lilia who's had a decent amount of experience will actually still come in for that kill once you land a Dream Dust like that. She is going to try to redeem herself though. Can she make a play happen here? One more bonk will finish it. Yes, she does. She gets the shutdown. 2-2-0. But will she be able to make it out here? Akali will perfect execution in. Will she have the execute? Yes, she will. Slicing through Bambi here, and she has just died for the 3rd time this game, which is quite unfortunate because that is the worst possible scoreline you can have for someone who is actually just running it down. 2 kills to 3 deaths with a kill between each death means that every time you've died, you have given away the full gold. The order you got your kills in actually does matter, because you could be giving away much less gold if you just died 3 times and then got your kills. But sprinkling in your kills like that, it's like seesawing in TFT, where if you win and lose all the time, you're gonna get less money, but in this case, you give away way more. That is 300 or 450 if there were assists involved every time she dies, and that actually just contributes over 1200 gold, 1350 gold over to blue team's pockets because of 3 deaths. Really, really bad play here from Lilia in general, I must say. I mean, yeah, she does have the only 2 kills on her entire team because her entire team is feeding. But that's not excusable performance. And there's the Hecarim charging down. Yone has nowhere to go. He will just be killed off where he stand. But Leona is going to be the next victim. Lilia going to help herself yet again to a 3rd kill. She is determined to reset her bounty. That's how it works in solo queue. As long as you have the most kills on your team, you can confidently say that you are not the problem, even though that is clearly 100% not how it works. Lilia is going to try to land some damage. She doesn't have Lilting Lullaby, so she cannot make this kill happen. Unless the Leona, she's still over chasing. She doesn't have solo fair. There's no long distance lockdown. She can't make that happen. Zaya is being chased by a Mordekaiser, TPing in from behind. He will flash forward and put her into the Death Realm. The 1v1 cage match has begun. Front row seats to the Mordekaiser. He beats down his opponent in clean fashion, and now the Lilia has to try to run. The Ezreal will miss the Mystic Shot, and that might just give Lilia the ticket out of here. He will flash forward. Mystic Shot is tanked out by the Leona, and the Lilia will make it out safe and sound here. Spam pings going down on top lane. Yone, this whole time, without the jungler, trying to solo out the Rift Herald. He will now be contested by 2. The Herald will reset, so it's not like blue team can just go for it, but the Yone is no longer long for this world. Alawi rotates down a little bit too late, and a little bit too impossible to come to the aid of her slightly brain dead teammate in the Yone. The Mordekaiser will go back, clear the wards. Is he gonna start a Herald? No, nobody on blue team will start a Herald. They will instead ping out the Dragon as their next objective here. Nakali is gonna fight the Alawi, who's rotated to mid, but who's covering top lane? Yone CS is despicable. Mordekaiser CS is despicable despite his kills. But the Alawi and Ezreal farming up a Storm, doing great this game. But it's kind of telling that blue team has been firmly in the driving position this game. They are so dominant. And right now, a lot of the plays that red team are trying, they just can't make it happen because they're all so far behind. Really, it's still up to the Alawi to make a difference happen. Get in the team fight when it's frantic, pop your tentacles, and just start slapping people. If red team wants to have a way to win mid-game skirmishes, that is their way. And believe me, this Lilia is certainly not going to contribute much. An interesting choice going for the swiftness boost here. Given the team compositions in this game, it is not necessarily wrong. Of course, I would like to see Ninja Tabai purchased over swiftness. I just don't think swiftness does that much for Lilia. She will be gunned down here for the 4th time. It's like prophecy repeats itself. That is once again a 300 gold. That's definitely a 450 gold shutdown. Well, not shutdown, but a 450 gold kill going over to blue team, because she's just insistent on taking these kills every time she dies once. She's gonna come back up, take another kill, and then just die. It is the cycle of the deer providing sustenance to blue team as she is being hunted for food. A deer in Age of Empires is 140 food, but a deer in League of Legends is apparently like what, almost 2,000 gold now if she dies again? There it is, the Swirl Seed going way off mark, but she will land the Blooming Blows under the Shroud. She doesn't have the Lullaby. She cannot put Akali to sleep, which leads me to question why she's going for that play at all, because she's being out CS by 23. That is almost an entire jungle clear's worth of CS. She has certainly not been killing stuff or getting money, just kind of running around the river doing whatever she wants. Anything but being productive seems to be the name of the game here for the Lilia, but the Ezreal gonna get chased down. Xayah is gonna flash in for the kill, but the concussive blows. Will the Braum finish applying it? Yes, the Braum will. And now Braum needs to try to run away, but the Deer, the sticking power, is a little bit too far great. Double kill to the Lilia. I forgot how to talk. She still has all of her team's kills and is still letting me down. I am beyond words. Honestly, Kai'Sa could have used that. Not Kai'Sa. Xayah could have used that kill. Here comes the Akali going in for another trade. The Gunblade proc going down onto the Yone. Oh, is this going to be the solo kill? Flash forward. Where's the ignite? But the Yone goes back. Where's the fate sealed? And that will indeed seal his fate. And he will be killed off here. Yone ultimate on a 2-minute cooldown, says the Leona, but the Mordekaiser, he tries to kidnap the Illaoi, but not before the tentacles bring him to his doom. And now the Hecarim stomping in, 3 levels above the support. He will make quick work of the Sun Lady. And now the Bambi, flash backwards into a wall, face planting into nothing, lilting Lullaby at the same time as her death, making it a completely wasted ultimate. Once again, giving full money to blue team. They are just feeding off her sustenance. My god, this is such a dominant game here coming out of blue team. It hasn't really been shown yet because they've yet to actually kill a tower or grab Herald or get any sort of tangible map winning objective. So right now both teams are still more or less playing on equal ground in terms of sheer surface area that they have to safely play in. But that's a fragile piece. It is quickly going to be shattered once blue team actually pushes down a turret, and the game can just cascade out of control when every lane is just this much ahead. And red team's jungler is just insistent on not farming and letting the Hecarim ride to 100 CS. I mean, when your jungler is the least farm core on your team, there's gonna be a problem here, including the Yone, who wasn't even in the game for like a solid minute. Oh, there we go. Yone is finally fallen behind in CS, but really it's a race to the bottom here for red team. Their mid and jungle gap is a little bit too big this game, I'm afraid. And as a result, blue team, they're just running around the map, taking kills, taking names, whatever they can get, they're gonna try to get it. Leona's gonna come in Solar Flare into next Tuesday, hitting absolutely no one, and her punishment is going to be death. Double kill going over to the Akali with a clean tower dive. They won't get any turret damage down off this push, but they will sure do so much mental damage that they might just throw up the white flag at this stage of the game. And there it is, finally. The back-breaking objective has been taken. The Herald is at mid lane. The Yone gets bonked back. The Hecarim is charging in. The unstoppable charge sends him back. He cannot even pull back to his spirit before he gets killed off here. That is going to be certainly first tower here from the Herald. And with that, blue team, they've knocked this game wide open. The second tower will very, very quickly follow. And the third is not far behind. The Yone, 17.5 minutes in. He's got shoes and 2 swords. And that is all he has to his name. I've seen bronze players get richer faster. He is 0-5-1, nearing his fabled 0-10 power spike here. Illaoi will still go for an aggressive trade here against the Mordekaiser. She is fed enough to do so, but she gets kidnapped, and the kidnap actually goes through this time. Mordekaiser 1v1s her in the Death Realm where there are no tentacles to be found, and he takes that clean 1v1 victory. And Illaoi meets her match against the Soul of Death himself. The sweeper will catch out Akali's position, but there's only a silhouette. Can they make anything happen? The swirl seed will just go past. Lilting Lullaby onto one to lock up the Akali, but she seems to be just fine. Oh no, never mind. Lily will shut her down. But meanwhile, bot lane, Hecarim is soloing off the Kai'Sa in the mid lane as well. Ezreal joins the fray, and this team fight might just be a wash, but unless the Yone can do something about it, he is dashing to the end. He's hitting his 0-5 power spike, but it is clearly not a big enough power spike to kill off the very fed Ezreal here. No Lilting Lullaby means that the damage is coming in slow, but decently steady enough to kill off the Braum. And there is the Hecarim coming in to confirm the kill. He just needs one more swing of his scythe, and he does get it here. Swirl Seed once again misses the mark, but the Ezreal is coming in. The sweet spot does not actually hit, and Lilia is going to be killed off here for the 7th time this game. Kills don't even matter on her scoreboard. She's the problem. Well, no, not really. Yone is the problem, but the Lilia is certainly not doing their team any favors here. She is going to first item that Liandry's and immediately going to Hourglass. This I actually kind of like. I do think you need a defensive layer as soon as you can possibly get it. I would have much preferred that if you just win tank from here, because to be honest, there's no other form of true engage aside from Leona, who is just so far behind at this stage in the game that Lilia might be justified in going semi-tanky. Hourglass is definitely a good start to that, but then you can just go into like Deadman's and just abandon the hope of getting Rylai's this game. I think that actually might be the right call. In favor of more CDRs through Mask or something, might be a better alternative than just going damage Lilia. Damage is just not working out for him this game. Oh, Ezreal, he is going to add insult to injury and just take away the red buff, skinning the deer for the 8th time this game. He goes on a killing spree. 5-1-4. He is a very strong boy. Not as strong as the Akali in mid lane though. Then again, 50 CS probably makes up the difference for the most part. And there it is. Red team finally taps out at the 20-minute mark. They realize that there's no hope in this game. Mordekaiser kidnaps one more bird and takes with him in the Death Realm as the Nexus blows up. Clean game coming out from blue team.